Right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on with boxing over 3 2-minute rounds of action. Would you welcome first into the red corner, representing Bessie's gym, Chris Castle. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to say on the official card I was given, it was the wrong name there. Please would you welcome, obviously to the ring, Billy Donaldson. And would you welcome his opponent into the blue corner, representing the Ippon Gym, Jay Hardy. Three 2-minute rounds of boxing action. Donaldson in the red, Harding in the blue. So Chris, we move on with boxing. Billy Donaldson from the Bessie's Gym in the red corner. Jay Harding, the Ippon Gym in the blue. Our first boxing back this evening. And Donaldson coming forward very aggressively with that double right to body and head.
Both athletes looking super amped up during the walk-ins. And already a very fast pace with some quick exchanges.
Well, you can see Donaldson looking to get inside, and he doubles and triples up that right to the body. There's no setup with the left hand. He just pummeling that right in, forcing Harding to hold there, Chris. A very fast start from the man from Bessie's Gym.
And Harding having to really try and catch a breather there. The referee separating the clinch after Donaldson just charged in. Again, that piston of a right hand. It's not landing cleanly, but it's definitely getting in the mix, and that's a factor already in this fight.
Well, one thing it's doing is it's already taking Jay Harding out of his comfort zone and out of his own rhythm. He's having to fight to Donaldson's rhythm here. And that right hand, as you said, there's nothing subtle about it at all, Chris. He comes in, he throws the right hand heavily, and a couple of times there, the last punch in that right hand combination was a little uppercut. And Jay Harding has not had a chance to settle into this opening round.
And now a straight right to the body. I like the way that he's definitely changing the angle on that right fist. But look, this is 3 2-minute rounds here. You haven't got a lot of time to work with, so breaking your opponent's rhythm early is a wise tactic, and that's working for Donaldson this far.
Well, a wise tactic always is winning that opening round. There's only 2 after that. It's a sprint. 3 rounds are a sprint. And when you win that opening round, it's a huge psychological advantage.
Stiff jab there being thrown out from Harding. I like the way Harding is using that and circling away. He's got to continue to use lateral footwork here to try and outfox Donaldson, because the power punching of Donaldson when he backs him up is a problem.
That lateral movement has to be the other way, Chris. The one thing that worries me is, as you said, he's got very good lateral movement, but he's moving in towards the right hand of Donaldson, which we've seen is the danger. He needs to be reversing that so he's not caught walking into the right hand. As it is, a very interesting opening round, and it was very one-sided in one respect, in the sense that Donaldson set out his stall. He came in quickly and he kept pummeling away with that right hand. Very little set up with the left, but it worked. Jay Harding, as you said, good lateral movement, but that's what he was forced to do, move rather than strike.
And it was interesting to see how it was one weapon that got changed up to multiple angles. It was a straight right to the body, a right through the guard to the face, as well as that little shovel uppercut, which he switched up a couple of times. So that might be something to watch out for as we move into the next round here tonight at Warrior Fight Nights.
I don't give a fuck about this game.
So round 2. And we have Donaldson taking the first round there, basically on the strength of his right hand. And as you said, though, when he uses it, Jay Harding has got a good jab. It's just that he's not been allowed to use it as frequently as he would like.
And Harding being backed up, which has definitely also been an issue. And you can see him trying to get situated there. There we go. Again, Harding with a nice probing jab. When he can move and use space, I feel like he'll be able to get situated and start to implement his own game plan. But the way that Donaldson just kind of dips his head and charges forward is right now a force to be reckoned with.
Well, this is the thing. This is what Harding has to come to terms with. He can't allow that head of steam to get up. When he sees Billy Donaldson push off that leg, that's when the jab needs to come out, because the moment Donaldson has taken 2 steps, Harding's in trouble. Now, for the first time in the bout, Harding stopped him dead, but then Donaldson just came straight back in again. It's a hard night's work to do it, but this is where he can't allow Donaldson to be.
I like how Harding did show the uppercut once or twice there, and the way that Donaldson comes in with it, he believes in his chin. He trusts that that's going to hold up.
That's right, he's willing to take a shot to get in to land those 3, 4, and 5 with that right hand. But there was just one moment there in that second where, just like this, Harding caught him on the way in, and 2 Harding uppercuts now have reddened the left side of Donaldson's face. He is having success in this round, and he's a skillful boxer. He's just not having enough of it.
And he's got to use his reach advantage wherever possible. But Donaldson disallowing that here. And look, in combat sports, as we know, sometimes it is all about the blitz. Sometimes it's all about being able to take one to give one. And Donaldson right now, again, working magic there, toe-to-toe.
Well, this is the thing. He's pushing his man back. We talk about punch combinations. We're talking about 3, 4 punch combinations. They're all with the right hand. He doesn't bother. And yet I've seen signs from Jay Harding that this boy can box. He's got nice fluidity. It's just that here, that had to be the left, not the right, as Donaldson comes in. Stop him dead, then working back. The problem he's had here is that Donaldson has come through far too many times and got that distance change already before he's throwing his shots. The moment when Jay threw the shots at precisely the right time, Donaldson would stop dead. He needs far more of that because he's a talented boxer.
And the other thing that has compounded that issue would be also the fact that Harding sometimes overcommitted and overextended on some of his combinations. So the combinations were there, but they weren't necessarily made to measure. And that's what Donaldson seemingly thus far has been able to capitalize on.
And the other problem for him is Donaldson is not afraid of Harding's power. He'll take that shot to push in and throw 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. I say combinations, they're all off the right hand, but it's working for him, and that's all that counts.
Folks, it's the third coming up here tonight. Right here from London, Chris Hoekstra alongside Malcolm Martin. We continue here at Warrior Fight Nights.
So third and final round, and this is better from Harding. He's the one that takes the step forward, but as you mentioned in the previous rounds, Chris, Donaldson's happy taking those to get where he needs to be.
Nice 2-3-2 there from Harding.
He's a good boxer. This is what I said to you.
And this is better thus far. He's got to pick Donaldson apart, but more importantly, avoid the freight train that seems to come in.
Well, this is the thing. What he's learning to do now, as Donaldson pushes off that back leg, he throws the uppercut, knowing that Donaldson is committed all the time. This is the one, if Donaldson's got a flaw, is he commits consistently. His feet always plant. He pushes forward. He's got one-track mind. With that in mind, Jay Harding's taken that half step back and thrown the uppercut without any lead. And it's worked. There you go. Just as I said, that's exactly the tactic, because he knows Donaldson's going to come forward, as you said, like that freight train. So what Jay's doing better in this third round is knowing when he's coming in, knowing his timing, and knowing he's going to be there just like this. This is the best start to a round for Jay Harding.
But Donaldson continues to trot onwards. And it's been the fact that he has been really at no point in this fight risk adverse. He's never been gun shy. But these are the best combinations that we've seen from Harding in this fight.
Well, it's his timing in this round, Chris. What he's done in this round is get his timing right. He's catching his man as he's coming in. This is the first time that Donaldson has been where he wants to be, as he has been in the previous 2 rounds. And that's because Jay's tactics have changed here. Hitting as he moves, not moving then hitting. Big change in Harding's tactics.
But if Harding can outpoint him in this round, the big question is, will that be enough, given the fact that Donaldson may be up 2-0?
I was going to say, on our unofficial scorecards, I had Donaldson taking the first 2, but Harding is really showing his skill here.
He's beating Donaldson up there. Very nice stuff. Again, forcing the clinch, gets a separation. He's going to get a warning there for holding on to the back of the head. But, you know, I think that was very smart from Harding. Donaldson got it in close, up front and personal. You want to get it back to space. That's what you want, a separation.
Well, this is perfect mix of tactics now. Donaldson, we know what he wants. He's a one-trick pony in that respect. Having said that, that's not derogatory because he does it so well. But what happened was, in the third round, Harding figured it out, and it made it very different indeed.
And I think Harding probably won that, but we will go to the judges' scorecards here tonight in London, tally up the marks. Mr. Malcolm Martin here shortly with the announcement.
Once again, before I make the official announcement, 3 hard rounds. boxing. Let's hear it for both your men. But we do have your winner by unanimous decision. The red corner, Billy Douglas.